Hey, Mighty, it's Tennessee Brando. I'm glad to be back with you. In today's episode of What Are Conservatives Mad About Now? It's Joe Biden wearing sneakers. That's right, the conservatives are very upset that the president is wearing a pair of sneakers. And when I first saw this clip that I'm about to show you, my first reaction was, okay, this is going to be another one of those Obama tan suit moments. Or it's going to be like the time that Obama wanted a little Dijon mustard. I thought, okay, here we go again with another distraction from conservatives. But this Fox News host takes it in a completely dark turn and goes on one of the most despicable rants that I've heard in some time. Take a listen to this.
Picking on footwear and all that. I mean, I do kind of just give a yawn to all of it. We often change our footwear. I've broken my ankle in the last 3 years. Yeah, things change. But, you know, when you look at him juxtaposed with some of those he would run against, like Donald Trump, they're not that far off in age. Joe Manchin, not that far off in age with the president who's an octogenarian. But what?
Well, I made a joke last night on Hannity. Those shoes, my father will be 87 in a week. And to a man of that generation, wearing those shoes, particularly as commander-in-chief in public, when you're going on, this is formal business, that's the equivalent of wearing your bedroom slippers outside. That's like wearing a Speedo and flip-flops to a funeral. So these elitist snobs in the White House are blithely lying to the American people over and over again because they think we're stupid, and we're not. We've cared for elderly parents and relatives, and we can look at this man and see what's going on. We know dementia, we know age, we know Alzheimer's when we see it. And we look at Joe Biden and think we would not let him drive our car in an empty church parking lot. We know what's happening with him. It's sad, but distressing.
When she very first started talking and she made the comment about how he's on formal business and that's like wearing bedroom slippers to a formal business meeting, or that's like wearing a Speedo and flip-flops to a funeral, I thought, okay, go ahead, get your little funny jabs in, make a joke out of this. I thought for sure we were just going to go back down another rabbit hole of Obama in the tan suit. But then she turns it to these elitist snobs think they're fooling us. This man has dementia. We know this because we've cared for elderly parents before. Let me tell you something. If she ever actually cared for elderly people with dementia, she would never go on national television and say shit like that. I watched two of the smartest men I ever knew in my life slowly fade away, and it was one of the most painful things that I ever had to watch. For those of you that have ever dealt with a loved one or a friend who has had dementia, you know it's one of the most ruthless and one of the most painful diseases that's out there. It's one of the saddest endings that anyone could ever face in this world. And they constantly, every day, turn it and make it into a joke, turn it and make it into a talking point, turn it and make it into heartless memes. And then they sit back and tell us they're God's chosen people, that God is on their side. And I'm so sick of hearing that type of rhetoric from them. I'm so tired of the whole Joe Biden has dementia skit. It's one of the most cruel and ruthless things that they have in their arsenal. And for those of you out there that loves to go out and share these memes and make all these heartless comments in comment sections and think you're one-upping somebody, let me point something out. Joe Biden, he's never going to see your comments. He's never going to see your memes because he's got his sleeves rolled up and he's going to work for the country and he doesn't care what you've got to say about him. But who's going to see it is people who have dealt with dementia, people who have lost loved ones to dementia. That's who's going to see your comments, and that's going to know you for the exact kind of person that you are. As bad as it sucks watching these MAGA Republicans constantly be assholes and constantly show us the worst of themselves in some weird and sick way, I'm kind of glad they do it. Because they just let us know exactly what kind of person they are. They let us know exactly who they are. They let us know exactly where they stand, so we're not walking around wondering anymore. For years, going back years ago, you'd have family reunions, you'd have get-togethers with people. You just kind of talked about things. You didn't really dive too deep into politics. You just talked about, hey, how you been? How's your mama and them? And they walked away, and you didn't necessarily know what raging assholes they really were. Nowadays, everybody's got a cell phone in their pocket and everybody feels empowered to say whatever they want to say, make whatever rude and heartless comment they want to make. And they love being antagonists. That's what this boils down to. They love to antagonize the left. It's all about owning the libs. Well, go ahead and own the libs with whatever insults you want. But don't dig into your bag of dirty tricks and pull out dementia. Don't pull that one out, because there's a lot of people who have suffered and lost their lives for it, and the ones that have to sit back and watch it unfold. The fact that you people would make jokes about something like that shows us for what you are. And like I said, in some weird way, it's good to know where they stand on these things, because that way I won't necessarily walk over to them at a family reunion again. If I see a cousin who's made those kind of comments, I'll be sure I don't walk over to his table and ask him how he's been. It's a shame that we've come to at this point in this country where families can't even get together anymore and sit down because of people like this. And to think that they would want to make jokes about dementia and take it in that direction. Joe Biden's doing a damn good job for this country, and he's doing it against adversity. He's doing it against people standing against everything that he speaks out about. Nothing he does is ever going to please MAGA Republicans. I can go ahead and tell you that right now. If Joe Biden came out tomorrow and walked on water, some MAGA Republican would say, well, see there, he can't swim. So that's what we're dealing with. And again, I'm glad they're letting us know where they stand on these things so we don't have to fool with them. But folks, be sure to hit that subscribe button here on MeidasTouch and share these videos and let people know where the sane people are. Let them know where the people are that are talking about the actual issues at hand. And let them know where the people are that will continue to call out this kind of bullshit and this kind of rhetoric. Until next time, I'm Tennessee Brando. You guys keep tuning in. I'll keep telling you the truth.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.